Most everyone is familiar with what's called dimensional lumber, like a 2x4, which isn't actually 2x4, it's 1.5 by 3.5, but that's what it's called. It's dimensional lumber, most commonly bought in 8-foot lengths in a home center. If you go to one of these big box stores, one of these home centers, you can also buy hardwoods like poplar, oak, walnut, and so on. If you go to a store like that, they're going to be in dimensional lumber sizes, but they're going to be 1x. So a 1x6 or 1x8 or 1x10 or 1x12, they're actually going to be about 3/4 of an inch thick by a 1x10, I think, is 9.5. Those will be the dimensions you'll find in a big box store. And as you're moving up into more complex woodworking, that's a good way to move. You've got wood that's already surfaced, 4 sides, it's S4S for short, and a lot of the work has already been done for you. Of course, because a lot of the work has already been done for you, you're going to pay more. Now, as you become more advanced in your woodworking, you're going to want to get into buying hardwood lumber in random lengths and widths, as I do here. Hardwood lumber is sized by this. None of these are marked on the inch cut. I know what they are, but this is what's called 4/4 lumber. It's about 1 inch thick. In fact, this one's exactly 1 inch thick. 4/4 can be anywhere from 7/8 to an inch thick, and the lengths and widths are probably going to be random. Although the hardwood dealer that I buy most of my lumber from, the widths are of course random, but the most common there is a 12-foot length. So hardwood lumber is priced by the board foot. A board foot is 12 inches by 12 inches by 1 inch thick, so that would be 1 board foot. Obviously 1 board foot isn't going to make very much, but what you would do is you take the width, which is 11 inches of this particular board, by the length, which is 37. Let's take this particular piece of poplar as an example of, let's say I went to the store and this was on the shelf, and that would be a size for something I was going to be making, or close enough anyway. So we take the length 11 by, the width 11 by the length, which is 37, and it's 4/4, so it's 1 inch. So 37 by 11, 37 times 11 divided by 144, that's 2.8 board feet right there. Right now, just so you know what you're getting into, poplar right now is about $5 a board foot, so that's a little less than 3 board feet, so that's about $15 just for that one little piece of wood. But you'll buy in random lengths and widths. 6/4 is 1.5 inches thick. 8/4 would be, I got some over here, some 8/4 walnut, 2 inches thick. Most common, depending on what you're building, but most commonly I use the 4/4 lumber. And what you're going to be looking for also when you buy is, if you go to a reputable dealer, you get this wood this is all pretty high quality. But you're going to be looking for several possible defects. You don't want anything that's sculpted like this. You don't want anything that's twisted, which can do all kinds of crazy things. Or like this, you want something that's flat. Working with lumber that is warped or cupped or otherwise distorted can be dangerous. For one, and for another, you're going to end up throwing some of it away, and when you're paying $5 a board foot, you don't particularly want to throw any of it away. So look for things like defects like that. Don't buy anything with a defect. Find a good dealer, and you'll be able to get good quality wood. My particular dealer also gives discounts when you buy in quantity. If I buy 50 board feet, more than 50 board feet, there's a 5% discount. If I buy it more than 100 board feet at a time, there's a 10% discount. So I try to make, I don't want to go real often. It's about 20-something miles away also. I try to buy at least 50 board feet now every time I make a trip to the hardwood lumber dealer. As Hardwoods 101, we'll go on to talk about each of the tools individually.